Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Head Coach Ross of the Tax Gym, Street Warrior, Njia Uhuru KIPURA. Those of you who follow me know that Njia Uhuru is a Swahili term. It means the way of freedom, and KIPURA is the KONGO term for the ancient African fighting system from where the Empire of Congo, which is a nation inside of Africa, and that fighting system was mispronounced by Rafael Bluto in the year 1712 as Capoeira. All right, Capoeira is the Brazilian Portuguese attempt to pronounce KIPURA. It is not the name of an independent fighting system. Okay, it's very important. Capoeira, that term that by Rafael Bluto in the year 1712, which he wrote down in his dictionary, is the first time that word has ever been used. So we know exactly where that term comes from. It was not made up by the Tupi Guarana. It wasn't made up by anybody else for any other reason. All right, it came from Rafael Bluto mispronouncing KIPURA. The other people who famously used the fighting system of KIPURA are the LAMTUNA and the GODALA, two Confederate ethnic African fighting warrior groups, all right, who you miscall the Moors. Those of you who are of African extraction who live in the diaspora, especially in the West, the Americas, all of you have blood relations to not only the Moors, so-called Moors, the LAMTUNA and GODALA, don't call them Moors. LAMTUNA and GODALA is what they call themselves. You are also the direct blood recipients of KIPURA. KIPURA isn't just mine, it's all of ours. Njia Uhuru KIPURA is my family's fighting system. That's specifically mine. All right, but KIPURA as a whole, that's all of ours. It's embedded in our culture. Okay. Now, what did the LAMTUNA and GODALA do? They conquered all of the Iberian Peninsula as well as all of Europe up to the middle of France. That's 600 AD, and they also conquered all of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is Northeast Africa. All of the civilization, all the fighting arts, all the literary arts, all of the scientific advancements from Southeast Asia are African in origin. They were created by African people, and they were the result of African genius. It's very important that we understand this because it's part of the saga of humanity. It's not a way to disrespect any other human being. It's not. It's just correcting the history so that we can add to the marvelousness of the human saga. Got it? Okay, cool. Oh, those of you who wanted to know, the LAMTUNA and the GODALA conquered all of these areas and kept it under control from 600 to 1495 AD. They are the ones who provided the scientific impetus, the cultural impetus, the development and the growth that literally spurred Europe from the Dark Ages, where the people couldn't read and didn't take showers and baths and stuff like that, didn't even have sewage systems, anything else like that, to the Renaissance. Yes, Africans did that for you. You're welcome. Okay, now what is this video about? Okay, this video deals with some of the questions I keep receiving regarding knife defense and the proper application of skills in the quote-unquote skill games in the quote-unquote Roda. First, none of that is right. What you're looking in Capoeira, that's wrong, right? It's KIPURA, all right? The Roda, we didn't call it Roda. Why not? Because we didn't speak Portuguese, all right, okay? We use the terms Ayika, which is a Yoruba term, which means environment. It's much more reflective of what we're doing. And we use the Swahili term duara, which means literally circle, but culturally it means effectively the same thing. The cultural meaning means like environment, all right? So you're dealing with whatever's in the environment, and you're adapting to it, and you're dictating to it with your strategies and tactics, okay? Now, one of the biggest fallacies that I run into with people dealing with knife defense, especially with knife versus knife, is that somehow or other it's knife versus knife. Most people, it's not a knife versus knife situation, because I'm not usually walking around with a knife and you're not usually walking around with a knife, and then when we get to fight, we don't agree to break out our knives and just wave them at each other. That's not how it works. What usually happens is there'll be a bad guy with a knife. You have to disarm the bad guy with the knife. Instead of running away for whatever reason, you should run, right? You're in a position where you can't run. He, she, or they've got you, hemmed in, and now you have to scrap, and you have to disarm the person and then use the knife, okay? All of this is very thoroughly ingrained within the actual architecture of the fighting system of KIPURA, and there's even the echo of it in the quote-unquote Roda of cardio Capoeira. The skill games, the Njego Yahujuzi, that's what it means in Swahili. That's one of his original names. Stop calling it skill games, stop calling it Roda. All right, Ayika or Duara, and then Njego Yahujuzi, which means skill games. All right, we apply these, and I want to show you the song that is dealt with, which is Benguela, and when we get to that area, we're going to do that more freestyle. But right now, I'm going to break down some of the important things you need to do. All right, when you're dealing with somebody who's armed with a knife and you're not. So helping me out is my friend KUAJUAN. All right, okay. the first thing, get you over here in the camera. The first thing you do if you happen to face him face to face like this, and he breaks out a knife, what do? And not only you run away, you practice running. You don't just, a lot of teachers will say, oh, run away. What if you suck? What if you haven't trained running? You know what I mean? What if you suck? He's gonna run you down laughing and stab your stupid tired butt anyway. Now you're tired. You can't fight this guy off. He's gonna be like, you go there running, stab, stab. Right? And that's what's gonna happen, right? So you have to train running. If you go back to my videos, I show you how we actually train running. We use the cones and all that good stuff, footwork, movement. For those of you who don't know, let me make it extra blatant for you. Parkour is African. We created it first. The person who first created parkour is not David Bell. It's a guy named George Hebert who got it by watching Africans survive a tremendous tragedy in the French colony of oh my God, I'm trying to remember the name of the country. It's the same country where they practice KIPURA. We just call it by another name. There, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the French colony. It'll come back to me in a minute. But it's tragedy of the hood. Is a ship called Hood, and what happened was the city got blasted by a volcano. Martinique. That's the name of the country. Martinique. All right. So there was a tragedy in Martinique. Right. The KIPURA warriors were there. The KIPURA warriors were like, oh, volcano trying to melt somebody. So we hop and jump and rolling, cutting and jumping. Okay. Now, George Hebert would never have seen us doing this because we were going too fast. What he saw was some of the French colonists were actually decent human beings, and they made friends with the Africans who worked with them. And so in return for their sincerity and their good-heartedness, Africans rescued. We left the part of the city where we were forced to reside in to go rescue the good French colonialists, and that's when he saw us utilizing our skill. That is also where parkour came from, because George Hebert was, look it up, Wikipedia, check it out. George Hebert was blown back. He was like, I cannot believe what these guys have done, right? And he was a physical culture specialist, as far as Europe was concerned at that time. He was greatly impressed. So he developed a method that essentially mimicked what he saw. He is also the one who developed, for Europe anyway, the obstacle course. He did not innovate the obstacle course. It already existed in Africa. We already had it. All right? We just didn't call it an obstacle course. When we wanted to take you through the same type of things, you know what we do? Take you to the jungle. We take you outside. We take you to the forest are at. We take you where our hills are. We'll take you through our training grounds, because when we're doing our movements, our postures and stuff, we have training grounds there, where you have to force to balance yourself properly and go through these things, and to help you out to make sure that you're properly motivated. We'll shoot blunt arrows at you too. We'll try to hit you with sticks and things. Oh, you'll be moving like a mug under those circumstances, I guarantee. Right? And so that is how parkour came about. And those of you who asked me in my previous video this question, yes, Assassin's Creed is a direct copy of what we have done. It is a combination of the clothing and weapons of the African Somali dervish with the fighting skill of KIPURA. That's it. Period. Okay? Now, let's get back to this knife situation, okay? So, you can run away, you have running skills, but let's say you're in a situation where you can't run. You're in an elevator, you got your kid or your girl with you, you're in a car or something like that, and this person, or you're standing out here face to face, and the situation escalates too much. You don't want to take the chance of turning your back to him, because you might be wearing his knife in your bag, right? Oh, that will suck. All right, so what you have to do now is deal with the knife. And I'm gonna I have all kind of videos where I'm dealing with the knife, what have you. So I'm not gonna go into a lot of depth and detail. Go look at my other videos, all right? At this point, let me turn you this way a bit here. At this point, what you wanna do here is, you wanna work on how to deal with disarming the knife. Because here he has it in an ice pick grip, all right? You know what a lot of people do is they'll say, you know what, I'll just grab you here. No, you won't, because this guy's not gonna let you. He's moving the knife. You try to grab him here, you catch all kind of stabs and all kinds. See, look, I'm catching the blade. Oh no, I'm literally catching the blade. Oh no, I'm getting cut. Stupid. Right? So what you do is, first thing you do is you focus your eyes on the sternum. So when you focus your eyes on the sternum, you see his head, both arms and both legs, okay? So now, if he's coming or what have you, you can use your footwork, your motion. See, now you can actually use his attacks to work with for yourself. You knew he's moving here, he's not gonna get this to you, he's gonna still keep fighting, he's gonna try to stab you, all that good stuff, and move around, all this good stuff, and now you're shifting around, and as you do this, you're getting a kick off to the groin. That's where you're pivoting off in your KIPURA motion. This type of stuff makes all the difference. How did I do that? Was this freestyle?
Yes, it was.
Talk to him.
It was. I was just being as natural as possible, trying to stab him with a knife, and he just, I noticed at one point he had both of my hands clasped, because at that time I was thinking about grabbing the knife with the other hand, but then I realized I couldn't do that. So yeah, it was definitely free flow. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Now see, what we're doing here, those of you who watch my other videos as far as breaking the grips are concerned, we're using that exact same source of knowledge. That information, all of our techniques come from the knowledge dispensed by the Orisha, the Voodoo, and so on and so forth. This area of information will come from the Orisha ERINLE. ERINLE is the medicine man of the gods, the one who really studied how the human body operates. ERINLE is also associated with OSOOSI, the Orisha. All right, now, why is that important? Because ERINLE told us a long time ago, really is from MAAT, way before that, and even before MAAT, you know, but before the civilization in Mubata, Mozambique, which is also part of the Empire of Congo, and that civilization is over 200,000 years old. So I have to get that straight, you know, just in case some of my fellow PhD aspirants be like, Russ, that's not technically correct. All right. I'm going for my PhD in African Studies, and a lot of y'all are watching me, so that's why I had to throw that information in. What we're doing here is, we know from the forearm and the hand, there are 3 primary muscle groups here in the forearm and 7 in the hand. All right. The idea is to exactly the same way we do with the grip, You were using here and breaking the fetters, or breaking here, you know, breaking here. We're manipulating the way in which these structures are aligned in order to weaken them before the brain is aware of it, and then turn this to our advantage. So what I did was, when he had the knife in his hand, and I wanted to be here so you can see it a bit better. When I had his knife, I'm going to show it from this side, I'm going to shift to the other side. When he had the knife in his hand, all right, and we were scrapping for it, I got a 2-in-1 now. I turned here so he couldn't get the blade in. Now he's really actually, you can't see it, but I can feel the energy here. If I just go one arm against one arm, he'll be able to push against me, right? See that? He'll be able to do that. So what I did was, I manipulated exactly the way we do this here. Is exactly what I do with his arm here. I braced his arm here and I started working. I took the energy with it and I turned this way. So when this happens, he can start feeling the grip. But here, I can't fight it. If I turn here, I can't. If I turn here, I can't. See how the blades come back and cut your wrist here? That's why they do it wrong. We put this way so that now the same grip that we're using to break the grip, we're using that same action to pull the knife out. You see that? We can also go the other way, that same action to pull the knife out. And this is the movements that they're utilizing when you twist and turn into the Nyani Rahis. That's what they're doing. All right? So tell them what that's like.
It's control. You know, he has control over my arm. He's moving me around. He's manipulating me. And by the time he disarms the knife, there's no way that I can hold on to the knife. It's just like with the grip, there's no way that I can hold on. He's moving the knife to where there's no way he can. I don't have the strength to continue to grip the knife. Exactly.
Now what we're doing here, again, I have to emphasize, this is very, very scientific. It's very, very intelligent. What we're doing here is we're misaligning the musculature here. Right here, this grip, he has a powerful grip. He's a powerful, strong guy. I cannot mess with him here because he's properly aligned. He has very strong angles, 90 degrees here, good strong grip. There's nothing I can do here. What I'm doing here is I'm not just grabbing his arm. What you guys are missing here, step back a little bit so you can see my legs. I'm not just grabbing his arm here, I'm taking my legs, I'm driving into his base, which is shifting his weight this way. Also, he's going to be working with that other arm, trying to work against me. So what can I do? He might be striking, he might be kicking. And what can I do against this? What I can do is I can take his legs, turn him so that he is now, his arms are now misaligned. He does not have the strength to deal with me. And when I'm turning him, I'm turning my entire body weight onto his limb, dropping my entire body weight onto his limb, height, width, and depth manipulation, extending the limb, twisting the torque, breaking the grip off. It is not a function of strength for me. It is so easy for me to do. I can talk to you. All right? I am now 161 pounds. He's got a good 70 pounds on me,
Yeah.
right?
About.
So about 70 pounds, right?
230.
230, and I'm 5'7", and you're
6 foot.
he's 6 feet, right? So he's got 5 inches and about 60 something, 70 pounds on me. All right, technically about 69 pounds on me, call it 70. Okay, so and I did this. I disarmed this easy when I'm talking to you. When I'm talking to you. The reason why I was able to do that is because we utilize these motions, these techniques. It's very, very important that we utilize the science of it. Now, where can you find this? Even, oh, you can't find it really in cardio capoeira, but where in cardio capoeira can you even find the echo of it? Well, what happens is, and again, your cardio capoeira master doesn't know any of this, not any bit of this. And the way to prove it, the way you can prove it is because if he or she or they knew, you'd already be doing this. Everybody would already be doing this, and cardio capoeira would be greatly respected and revered as a highly effective fighting system. It is not. Cardio capoeira is Brazilian Taibo. Let's just keep going on it, all right? Okay. Now, where will you find that these skills are supposed to be practiced and applied at? Well, that's during the Inchego Yajuzi, the skill games. That's kept in the songs, the skills of Benguela. Benguela was a kingdom that was erected by the Portuguese, but prior to the Portuguese suzerainty, it was part of the kingdom of the Empire of Congo. It's the southern part of the kingdom of Ndongo Matamba, and Ndongo Matamba is what you miscall Angola. Angola was the kingdom of Ndongo Matamba, which is also part of the kingdom of Congo. Let me keep it simple for you. If it's on the west coast, it's probably part of the kingdom of Congo. If it's Central West Africa, it's probably part of the kingdom of Congo at some point in time. Okay, because it stretched from there all the way across to Nigeria. Yeah. Oh wait, you didn't even know that, huh? I'll get to that in another video. I heard all the videos you asked me. I'll get into that in another video, podcast style. We'll delve into it deep. Not right now. You need to know this though, so that you can understand where the connections are, and why is it that the Yoruba and other people knew these things. Okay, and how people like the Fon, the Yue from different parts of Africa still had these skill sets and could communicate with one each other along these lines, because they had this prior structure that came through the war and the trade and the impact and influence of the kingdom, the Empire of Congo. Okay, now this song is where we practice not only the knife fighting skills but also close grappling skills. Critically important if you understand that. All right, so let's hit them with the Benguela. All right. The idea is this. Don't hit it until I give you the clip. Just primate so we can get ready. The idea is this. The way you learn it is this. You first learn the techniques nice and slow. This is why the people who you call the Angoleros, they're not the name. Africans didn't speak Portuguese. We did not call our country Angola. Remember that term Angola. Google it. That term Angola is the result of the Portuguese mispronouncing the Kimbundu, meaning the language of the people of Ndongo, the kingdom of Ndongo. The Mbundu term Ngola means office of the ruler, not the ruler themselves. It means the office of the ruler. It's like saying presidency. Okay, so these geniuses heard the term Ngola and decided that really you're saying Angola and referred to the country. That would be like somebody coming to the United States, seeing that idiot President 45, mispronouncing the word president as presidento, going back to their country and going like, yeah, the country is called presidento, and the people, nope, they're not the United States citizens, they're not Americans, nope, they're presidentowans. That's what these morons have done with quote-unquote Angola. That's what you're doing every time you say Angola and Angolans. You're disrespecting the history of the people, disrespecting the people themselves, and I'm here to correct you for that. All right? So now, what we're going to do now is we're going to spontaneous style. We're going to go nice and slow, all right, with the song, dealing with first nice and slow in the movements. Why are we going to go nice and slow first? Because when you're a newbie, you have to start off and apply your skills step by step and also spontaneously in fluid assaults, all right, in a slow pace, because you don't have the experience to go fast yet. And as you get better and better, you'll pick up the speed. So I'm going to give you two quick versions of it, one nice and slow, the other one going to pick up the speed a bit, but it'll still all be in rhythm with the songs, all right? Okay, let's go. One of the things you want to do, and this is what I do in class, is I'll select a skill that I want you to work on. Okay, I want you to work on your defenses, your parries, and I want you to hit a Nyani Rahisi. I want you to work on your footwork, and I want you to do, and you have to deal with it in close quarters, and you have to do it, you know, in the rhythm with the pace of this song. All right, so hopefully you can hear it. Place it kind of close to the camera so they can hear it. You know, turn it up a bit. Hopefully you can hear that. Can you hear that? I hope you can hear it. All right, the idea is now we're gonna be moving here, and the idea here now, what we're working here is moving with the song. All right, we're gonna use the parries and blocks, footwork and pivots, and nyani raihisi. All right, nice and slow. So he's moving here. I've got my eyes on the sternum right here. Boom, shifting, boom, right here. See that this is what you newbies do. This block right here, noob. See this turn over here? He can cut you, and he will slash. Right? That's how you learn. Oh, wait, man, I shouldn't have done that. You know. So you keep going. You know. So now you turn and use the movement the way you're supposed to. That is, you notice, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. All right. Notice this hand does something. This is don't do this, kids. All right. When I'm doing this, when I do this movement here, turn right here, this is slicing across the eyes. That's what the purpose of it's for. That's when you step in, boom, you slice them off. You can also use the same motion. Remember, that's well. We'll do it again. Set the song. Set the song. Play the song again. We're gonna do the song again. And I'm gonna show you guys now a little bit more of the engagement. You're gonna still stay in rhythm with the music. Boom, we're still going nice and slow. Work on the technical aspects of it. All right? And as you get better and better, the techniques will become more and more sophisticated. When you first start off, there'll be basic types of attacks. All right? So give them some basic types of attacks they can see, you know, right in the video when the song comes through. All right? So, and you're gonna be working. You'll be working your defenses, your movements against that. Boom. See that? We'll turn around here. Defense. Shifting through. What's that movement here? Stepping through. Sliding through. Right here. Shifting right here. Blocking here. Now watch. For those of you who thought I just got stabbed, did I get stabbed? No. No. Now what did I do? I dropped down through here and I checked the knife. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? This falls in line. Remember we talked, well, you should remember breaking the grip. This grip falls in line with stopping the arm. This allows you to do this. It's very important. If you're trying inside here, boom, if the blade goes past him, he thinks he can get you. It also allows you to do what you see the cardio capoeiras do a lot, which doesn't make sense unless you apply it, you know, against actual resistance. We're stepping through here, they have to turn around. This is where you get it through. This is where you get it through. Did I take the knife from you?
Yeah.
Tell them what happened.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do too. Okay, this is the first time he and I have ever done this. When you pull that move off, I've actually pulled that move off live twice. Second time I was working security in a very dangerous area by y'all brothers from the neighborhood. You know what I'm talking about? I was working over in NWA, North Wilmington Arms of Compton, and some of the Crips there. I was acting stupid as I was trying to ease out. Jumped at your boy, bang bang, just was moving, disarmed him as I was going out the gate. All right, he didn't know what happened either. He actually. I'm not gonna say what he said because kids watch my videos, but he said bleep bleep the bleep and ran, you know, right? And he didn't know what happened. You know, tell him. I mean, he had the same befuddled look, like what, you know, right? Tell him what happened.
The best analogy that I could come up with, you know, in the cartoons when they eat chicken leg, they eat it and they pull it out and it's like completely bone. That's what it felt like. Once my arm was trapped between his body and his forearm, when I slipped my arm out, I didn't have the knife. And that's all I could tell you.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And for those of you who thought that I actually grabbed the blade, I did not. Once again, we use the same principle, breaking through here, breaking this grip here, so his forces his wrist over to get where I'm going to, boom. This is just me moving here. If I actually move my body and whip through here, we talked about, I'm not gonna get into it, you gotta watch my video where I break into the science. So if I see I shoot the arm where I want it to be at, when he had the knife and I grabbed him here, when I had on the inside, I just did the same thing. When I blocked here, his arm was down. All I did is trap this arm, pivot, and do this, boom, see how the arm goes where I want it to be? I dip under it, shoot this forearm toward you like this, I have the knife. It's very easy. It's applying them cookie, shooting the elbow. Now, watch what happens. Watch what happens. I'll break this down slow. Right, when we were here, turn around this way. Here, standing here. Now, standing here, watch what happens. Here, he has a better base because he's standing here. He's standing here. But when I ducked down, see how his weight comes? The blade is toward me. I'm pulling the blade past me and I'm lifting him up. This elbow forearm shoots into the arm. That hurts, right? Boom, this gives me the grip. I shoot this elbow in, it's like this foot. All I'm doing is hitting with nyani raihisi, which you guys miscall the whole leg. Shifting my weight into him, pivot out, it gives me the knife. It also gives me the cut on the inside of the thigh you saw me get, and turn around. That's it. It's extremely easy once you practice it properly. Your cardio capoeira mestre, though, don't know any of this because they never learned the real art. Don't believe any of these cats saying, oh, we do what the street warriors do. No, you don't. If you did, this system, your cardio capoeira system, would be respected and revered worldwide and practiced worldwide as a self-defense system. It is not, because you don't know. You never did. Your teacher doesn't know. Your teacher's teacher doesn't know. And somebody did know, but decided not to teach you. All right? So here I am, in KIPURA, I'm the only one on the planet telling you the real deal. That's just what it is. All right? And I'm actually kind of mad about that. I wish there was somebody else around besides my Uncle Bobby and my grandfather who I got to talk to, because I got some questions for the elders my own self. I don't know everything. I just know a lot more than you and your teacher and your teacher's teacher. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave it at the end of this video. All right? I need you to subscribe. I want to say thank you for those of you who are watching. We're now getting a little bit more than 1 million views per month. Thank you so very much. But you know what would really be cool is if you subscribed. If you subscribe, we'd have 1 million subscribers. We would be by far the largest source, internet source, worldwide source for this information in the history of the world. We'd be more than 10 times larger than our nearest competitor. All right? If you like it, your friends will like it. If you like it enough to watch it, you like it enough to subscribe. Subscribe, we need you there. Go to my website, googlesites.com/AttackGym Street Get the ebooks there. Get the instructionals there. Got a whole lot more of this stuff. The instructionals go anywhere from 90 minutes to 5 hours long. Ooh. And it's affordable too. It's from $93 to $135. And on various sales and what have you, can even get down to $78 to $119. All right? On various sales. All right? So you won't get the sales though if you're not watching the videos, you're not subscribing, if you're not going to my Googles and stuff like that. You don't qualify for the sales. All right? So keep that in mind. You know, and take care of yourself. Remember, Head Coach Rough is Tax Gym, Street Warrior in KIPURA. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Amani. Peace. Ashe.